His divine grace of Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki His comfortist Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jaya Namaste Kota Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem Si Prabhu Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadha Shiva Shari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Navadip Shri Mayapur Dham ki Nandamai ki Jai Chammunamai ki Jai Bhakti Devi ki Jai Tulasi Maharani ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Nitai Gopimanandi Shamaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki all glories to the assembly devotees. All glories to the assembly devotees. All glories to the assembly devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Sarinini Vishishwa Shamivani Kartaja Deshna. That's text 10 on the board. Citing 10. So we're reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 19. King Yayati achieves liberation. Text 7 to 10. Just 10. That's so pretty good. From 7. Anyway, 10 is a little. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Tasya Atra Vija Kaschid Ajra Swami Achinad Usha Lambatam Vishwanam Uya Sandare Vitaya Chogavit Ashtatva Vijaya Kaschid Ajra Swami Achinad Usha Lambantam Vishwanam Uya Sandati Arta Jogavit Ashtatva Vijaya Kaschid Ajra Swami Achinad Usha Vishanam Bhuya Shandari Artha Yoga Veda Ashatatra Vijakasya Ajaswami Achinadusha Nambantam Vishanam Bhuya Shandari Artha Yoga Veda Tasha of the he-goat, Patra, thereupon, Vija, Brahmana, Kashchit, some, Ajaswami, the maintainer of other she-goats, Achina, castrated, made effeminate, Rusha, out of anger, Ambatam, long, Krishanam, testicles, Uya, again, Sandari, join, Arthaya, for the self-interest, Yogavid, expert in the power of mystic yoga. Translation of some purports by Divine Grace of Vaishnava in the Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Read from text 7. Translation. When the she-goat who had fallen in the well saw her beloved goat engaged in sexual affairs with another she-goat, she could not tolerate the goat's activities. Aggrieved by her husband's behavior with another, the she-goat thought that the he-goat was not actually her friend, but was hard-hearted. and was her friend only for the time being. Therefore, because her husband was lusty, she left him and returned to her former maintainer. The word Swaminam is significant. Swami means caretaker or master. Devayani was cared for by Shukracharya before her marriage, and after her marriage she was cared for by Yayati. But here the word Swaminam indicates that Devayani left the protection of her husband, Yayati, and returned to her former protector, Shukracharya. Vedic civilization recommends that a woman stay under the protection of a man. During the childhood, she should be cared for by her father, in youth by her husband, and in old age by her own son. In any stage of life, a woman should not have independence. Being very sorry, next time. Being very sorry, the he-goat, who was subservient to his wife, followed the she-goat on the road and tried his best to flatter her, but he could not pacify her. Then the she-goat went to the residence of a Brahmana, who was a maintainer of another she-goat. And that Brahmana angrily cut off the goat's dangling testicles. But at the he-goat's request, the Brahmana later rejoined them by the power of mystic yoga. Please repeat. The she-goat went to the residence of a Brahmana, who was a maintainer of other she-goats. And that Brahmana angrily cut off the goat's dangling testicles. But at the goat's request, the Brahmana later rejoined them by the power of mystic yoga. Here, Shukracharya is figuratively described as the husband of another she-goat. This indicates that the relationship between husband and wife in any society, whether higher or lower than human society, is nothing but the same relationship between the he-goat and the she-goat. For the material relationship between man and woman is one of sex. Yan moitu nadi vihamedi shukamhi ucham. Shukracharya was an acharya or expert in family affairs, which involved the transfer of semen from the he-goat to the she-goat. The words kaschit Ajya Swami expressly indicate that herein that Shukracharya was no better than Yayati. For both of them were interested in family affairs generated by Shukra or semen. Shukracharya first cursed Yayati to become old so that he could no longer indulge in sex. But when Shukracharya saw Yayati's emasculation, would make his own daughter a victim of punishment, he used his mystic power to restore Yayati's masculinity. Because he used his power of mystic yoga for family affairs and not to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this exercise in the magic of yoga is no better than the affairs of the he-goats and the she-goats. Yogic power should be properly used to realize the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the Lord Himself recommends in Bhagavad Gita 6:47. Yoginamapi sarvesham yam margaten aratmana shadavan vadhi yomam shamiyo yuktam omata. Of all yogis, he who abides always in me with great faith, worshipping me with transcendental loving service, is the most intimately united with me in yoga, and is the highest of all. Om Agyan Smirandasha Jananivasa Shalakaya Chakshuram Mandina Turi Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Translation. The Shika went to the residence of a Brahmana who was the maintainer of other Shivas. And that Brahmana angrily cut off goats' dangling testicles. But at the he-goat's request, the Brahmana later rejoined them by the power of his mystic yoga. So here Prabhupada is pointing out he has mystic power, he could do that, he could cut the testicles off and rejoin them by his mystic power. But that's not really the purpose of mystic power. Mystic power is for understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Of all the yogis, those who abide in me, thinking of me, not anything else. They are the highest of all. So this is the purpose of yoga, the highest to understand Krishna. Shukacharya, he was a progenitor also, so he had this service of being progenitor, and he had these powers as well, but he was using them simply for the purpose of population. Alright. So the idea is being pointed out here that the goat's business was simply to enjoy. And that was his main identity. His main identity was to enjoy it. But it's a very strong identity. If we analyze ourselves, or I analyze myself, I see that my identity always goes to being the enjoyer of the situation. So this consciousness, this is why we're in the material world. We want to be the supreme enjoyer. We want to occupy Krishna's position. Bhakti-ram Jagatapashram. Sarvaloka Maheshwara. I am the proprietor and enjoyer of all the planets and the friend of the river. So that's Krishna's position. Now we're in the material world, we're trying to imitate Krishna. Clear imitation, actually. The whole world is running around trying to be the enjoyers, showing I'm enjoying. So this is the main consciousness in the material world. Otherwise, what is the purpose of coming here? Why did Krishna create this material world? These bodies and senses and everything. So we can experience being the enjoyer, to satisfy our desires. Krishna doesn't create the material world for his pleasure. He's got unlimited Vaikuntha worlds to enjoy it. So he doesn't need any place for enjoyment, a material world for enjoyment. He's got so much enjoyment. But his consciousness is one of being the enjoyer, and the goat's consciousness is one of being the enjoyer. So he's pointing out, what is the difference? Consciousness is the main thing of the body, right? If there's no conscious the body is useless. Nothing is functioning. So consciousness is the main thing. So what is that consciousness? The main consciousness that we have adopted, I am, we enjoy it. So that puts us on the level of the goats, cats and dogs. Because everybody else has this human form of life, means we've got to get out of this consciousness of I am, we enjoy it, and establish that Krishna is the enjoyer. That's his rightful position. That's his rightful place. So we're trying to put ourselves in the position of servant of Krishna. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and we are the enjoyer. Our business is to expand Krishna's pleasure. This is the purpose of our existence. The very core of our existence. Bhagavatam is verse. God is one and he becomes many. God is one and we are the many. So what is the difference? God is one, singular, and we are the pure plural. But what is the difference between the two? God is one and we are the many. God is one and he becomes many. Why does he become many? And the answer is for his pleasure. God's business is pleasure. Our business in the material world is pleasure also. Anandamaya Vaishya, we're seeking pleasure, but unfortunately we're looking in the wrong place. We don't get it in the material world. We get it when we go back home, but we've got to serve Krishna. So yeah, Nityo Nityanam Chaitanya Chaitanya. There is one Nitya and there are many Nityas. We are the many Nityas. So what is the difference between? There is one Nitya, he is the enjoyer. We are many Nityas. We are also the enjoyers. So what is the difference between that one? Well, that one it mentions. That one, that single one, he maintains all the other plural Nityas. We cannot say that. We cannot say we are maintaining everyone. I am maintaining myself. I can say that. Maybe family, extended family, I am maintaining. But we can't say that we maintain everyone. In every place, in all times. But Krishna makes that clear. And so this is the difference. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and he has expanded into many to expand his pleasure of enjoyment. So this is our core of our existence, is to expand Krishna's pleasure. But unfortunately we're like those, and we're trying to expand our pleasure, especially in the form of this sex life. No matter what, whether it's a ghost body or a human body, or any kind of body, desire, that I am the enjoyer, is very, very prominent. There's a story of Jaimini. I've told this story many times. But Jaimini, great sage Jaimini, founder of the Mimamsa philosophy, was a disciple of Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva was teaching his students in the Himalayan mountains the power of Maya. How to be very careful, the power of Maya is very strong. So Jaimini was thinking afterwards, I don't think it's very strong. We're here with the old brahmacharis, we're serving under the feet of our Guru, ashram in the middle of the mountains. No Rajagun here, it's all Shatagun. All living under the ashram, so I don't know how Maya can be so strong. We're quite well situated here, so. Anyway, he was thinking like that. A little while later, there was a terrific storm blew up. It must have been this Kalvaishak month. Like a storm we had a couple of days ago. Only this one was really, really, really strong. And really lightning, hailstones, heavy. And Jananivasa was in his house and he said, ran up inside, not outside. And suddenly he heard this screaming sound. Help me, help me. High voice, help, help, help. It sounds like someone's outside there. Oh my God, who can be there in that terrific storm is going on like a tornado? And he was, yes, definitely someone is out there. So he was kind of looking around. See anything through the window? And then suddenly the lightning flash came. It was a thunder and lightning. The lightning came. And he saw it. The Mataji was there. She was crying, help, help me, help me. So he went to go, Mataji, couldn't see anything. So he ran and come this way to the sound vibration. He was shouting, come here. Otherwise it was all pitch darkness. So she came to his cottage. And she said, oh, I was out collecting some firewood or something in the mountain, and suddenly this storm came and I got lost. And it's okay now, you're safe here. We come inside and I got a blanket and things like that. No. I'm Mataji, I cannot come inside. Outside. I'll stay outside on the veranda here. It's okay, I don't need it. No, please. Look at your condition. I'll give you some dry blanket or something you can keep warm. It's freezing cold now, you're wet. And she said, no, I cannot. He said, come in, this room, nobody else will stay in this room, only you. And here is the key, you go in, you lock the door. If anybody comes, you say, no, sorry, the door is locked, it's not going to be open. Even if I come myself and I knock on the door, you just simply lock that door and say, no. Don't worry, I'll protect you. So, finally she agreed and she went in her room and locked the door. So Jananivasa was thinking, wow, what an incident. Happened all these terrific storms and perhaps seeing the Mataji up in the forest and mountains alone. When that lightning struck and I saw that Mataji. And poor girl, she was really distraught in that situation. But she was soaking wet and her sari was sticking to her body. Her sari was sticking to her body and her sari was sticking to her body. He became very much attracted to the Mataji. So he went to her room and he knocked on the door. Who is it? Is it Shamini? You open up. No, I'm not going to open up. You promised that I should not notice it. It's me. I just want to see you. No. You gave your word. I'm not going to knock for anyone. Oh, please, Mataji. No. He said, then will you marry me? She said, I can't do that. I'm single, man. So, Johnny is a little bit of relief there. He got some relief. So he was very happy. And she said, but there's one condition. So tomorrow morning there is the day when the sun comes up. I want to go to the top of the mountain. I was on my way there anyway. There's the Devi Mandir. And we can go to the Devi Mandir and we'll get married. We'll get a strange garland or whatever. So the morning came, he was very excited. He hadn't slept the whole night. He was thinking of his prospect wife. So she said, one thing that when you go up to the top of the mountain, you have to get down on your hands and knees, and I'll sit on your back. And you can walk up, climb up the mountain like that, and I'll be sitting on your back. Yes, I'll do anything, I'll do anything for you. So he got on the back of the horse, and she sat on his back, and he was climbing up the mountain on his hands and arms and his knees. And of course, after the rainstorm, all these stones and pieces of slate, and it all gets washed down from the mountain, so it's full of stones, and it was cutting his feet, and blood was coming from his knees. And he didn't notice it. He just, I get almost to the top. Oh, and then he got to the top. Oh no, my dream would come true. And said, okay, we made it. Guru Maharaj, what are you doing on my back? He saw his Guru Maharaj, Vyasadeva was sitting on his back. And Vyasadeva said, yes. And you were thinking how Maya is not strong and you were quite safe up here. It took the time of one lightning flash, and you were completely bowled over by Maya. That's all how long it took. The flash of the lightning. And you made a donkey of yourself. You made an ass. Turned into an ass. So that's the situation. This is illustrating this story. The Prabhupada, I was in his room here, Lotus Building. Prabhupada was doing something, maybe writing or something. He was sitting on his desk. And there was an old man. He was a life member, and he'd be coming to see Prabhupada every time. But he was about Prabhupada's age, I guess, or more. No. Anyway, so he was talking. Prabhupada didn't seem to take him much interest in what he was saying, but he was writing. And then this man was talking, and he said, they're talking about sex and desires. And this old man said, yes. He said, when you get to a certain age, then naturally all those things become, and naturally you give up your sex desire. Prabhupada looked up and said, very automatically never. Automatically never, it won't go automatically. And then he told the story of Akbar and his minister. Akbar was the emperor of the world for India. And he told it in Bengali, but I knew the story. So Akbar said the same thing. He said to his servant, what was his name? Birbal, the servant of Birbal, very famous servant. So he said, Birbal, as we get older, the senses become old, and then all the passion goes down, and then we become, like that, we become controlled. Just in time, old age and everything, we lose all that passion. So Birbal said, I don't think it's like that. He said, yeah, it's like that. He said, look, you come with me. One of your ministers is almost dead. He's really old. He's on his deathbed. He's got a few days to live. He's going to die. So we're going to see him, but you bring your beautiful daughter with him. So he had a beautiful daughter, princess. And he said, when we go and see your minister, you observe his eyes. You observe his reaction. So then they went to the old minister's room, and they went inside. His beautiful daughter, and Emperor Akbar. And the old emperor, the old minister was lying on his bed, and he looked up and opened his eyes, and he looked straight at the young beautiful princess. The emperor of the world practically was there. But he didn't look at the emperor. His eyes went automatically to the magic. Prabhupada said, you see that? You see that? So this is the way this world is designed. Just for a few moments, a few seconds actually, each second sense meditation. How the whole world is going on under this great illusion of being enjoyed. So, Prabhupada says here, he says a few times here in this portion, he says one must voluntarily cease from material desire. In the story of Pingala, yes. Pingala, the great prostitute, very famous prostitute, mentioned in the Krishna movie. The gopis say Pingala. She said, happiness, the greatest happiness is frustration. She's a famous prostitute. But in that verse, around the area, and this also Prabhupada was pointing out, and Pingala was pointing out, she voluntarily just gave up the idea of being a prostitute. I'm waiting for customers, there's no one's coming, I'm frustrated, I'm enjoying actually. She voluntarily gave up the desire. And here also they're using this word voluntary. So it's something voluntary that's going to come from each individual. It's not going to go away automatically. It's something voluntary we have to do. Like when we go to the spiritual realm, what Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, you get to the spiritual realm of another being. And Guru is at your side, pushing you on, urging you on. Go on, take that step. There is a wall, the curtain of Yoga Maya, that Yoga and Mahamaya. Mahamaya is not different from Yoga Maya. She's the reflection. There's one potency, but it's reflected as Mahamaya or Yoga Maya. So there is a curtain between the material world and the spiritual world. The Guru takes you up to that curtain. But you have to make the step inside. He doesn't do that. He gives you all help in getting up there. If you don't have an attitude of service to the Dharma, then you get the curtain of Mahamaya. And it's like a brick wall. Or he says the Sphinx. In Egypt there's a big Sphinx, half mile or something. Anyway, it's made of a mountain, it's carved in the mountain. It's pretty hard to move around. But that's what you're facing against. If you haven't got an attitude of service in entering, going back to Godhead, then Mahamaya presents itself like that Sphinx or a brick wall you cannot get. But if you have a mood of service to the Dharma, then the curtain of Yoga Maya is lifted, then you see the spiritual realm, then you can enter. That's a voluntary choice everyone has to make. You came here because of your voluntary choice. Krishna didn't force, the Guru didn't teach. You made that choice. We all made that individual choice. Voluntary. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says it's talking about the creation. And that's right, the creation is going to happen, but the purpose of creation, we know, is for the living entities enjoying it. So just before this creation, or the secondary creation, the personalities that are there and make up the secondary creation, Shiva, Bhagavati, and all the things that are necessary for creation, they're personified. They're perfect Vaishnava behavior. They humbly ask the living entity, do you really want to go there? we're the maintainers and managers of everything. But we want can we go ahead with this and create this universe? The main purpose behind the universe is to wake us up in Krishna consciousness. But many people, they don't want that. We didn't come here to be the controllers, but the servants. We came here to be the enjoyers. But still, this Vaishnava behavior of these personalities, Mama, Yogamaya, she great personalities, controller of the whole universe, they're asking, do you really want to go? You give us permission, and then so Krishna, it's not that he's having like a sick joke or something, making this creation that we get bound up in and try and get out of it yourself. It's not like that. It's not Krishna's not unkind or cynical. But they're all Vaishnava behavior, all those personalities and energies. And they're asking, do you really want us to start? With your permission, we will do it. So right up to the end, they're there to help you. They really don't want us to come in and do it. But ultimately we have to make that choice. It's voluntary. So we have any individual willpower. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says our willpower is the only strength in man. It means woman also. The only strength is our willpower. He says you have power to move around. But unless you apply your will, it will not move. So will is the power of living it. So when that will is used, that free will is used to serve Krishna, and the gates are open. If that free will is misused to enjoy it, then you remain in the samsara business, repeat birth and death. Prabhupada says in the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita, last shloka, last paragraph, last sentence, Prabhupada's finishing off Gita. He says the living entity has minute independence. By proper use of that independence, then he can become situated in the Aladini potency, the pleasure-giving potency of the Lord. So our purpose is to expand Krishna's pleasure, to give Krishna's pleasure. So that's the intention of the author. The author of the book often has his intention at the end, or reveals the intention. So Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is revealing the intention. Prabhupada wants to take us out of the material world. He wants us to use our independence, use our independence to come back in the pleasure-giving potency where everyone there is serving Radha and Krishna for their pleasure. That's where we belong. That's our constitutional nature. So Prabhupada finishes Bhagavad Gita. That's where he wants to take us. Back in our constitutional nature of servant Krishna. So this is all a voluntary thing. We have to give an example. I went to the foreign registration office, Krishna Nagar. So he said, why don't you become a citizen? You've been here for so many years. Why don't you become a citizen? I said, I don't want to become a citizen. He said, why not? Why don't you become a citizen? I said, I'm having a big enough problem identifying myself as an Englishman. I don't want to have another identity. I don't want another identity of being an Indian. He was a Brahmin, he's very respectful. Will you come to my house? Can I give you some food? Anyway, nice man. Then he said, listen, you get a piece of paper and you write and you say, I'll help you from here, Krishnagar, because if you go directly to this building in Calcutta, you won't get it, you can't jump over it. So it has to come from me. So a piece of plain paper and you write on it to the foreign registration office. And the reason why you want to stay here in India, And it's not going to be an ISKCON heading or any kind of heading like that legal thing. It has to come from you. You're going to be the citizen. It's not that, here's the head. Here's my cover letter from ISKCON. Jananivasa has been serving in Mayapur for so many years, and his service is very valuable, so please make him. No, we don't want that. It has to come from you. You write why you want to come. You should love him, whatever it was. It has to come from you. So this is the idea. Guru is there, everyone is there to help, all the Vaishnavas are there to help. You have to make that change. And it's a voluntary that everyone must make that voluntary choice. So this is the idea. Go back, turn back to Godhead. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Any comment or question? Yes.
Hare Krishna. My question is, what is the difference between Nitya Siddha and Samrup Siddha?
Between?
Nitya Siddha and Samrup Siddha.
What's it in second?
Samrup Siddha.
Sarup.
Yeah.
And?
Nitya Siddha and Samrup Siddha.
I think it's same thing. Nitya means eternally perfect, you know your constitutional nature. And Sarup means form, you get formed to serve Radha and Krishna. That's Sarup. Nitya means Papa said in Mayapur, he said, my Guru Maharaj, he came into this material world. My Guru Maharaj came into this material world with a mission to spread Krishna consciousness. And when it was finished, he went to another planet, another place, to do exactly the same thing, to spread Krishna consciousness. He said, this is called Nitya Siddha. So you can be Nitya Siddha. Follow the Lord and his entourage in your own spiritual perfect body. Otherwise, I'm not. Terminology my name is something like that. Do you want something more? Hi.
So what did you tell the immigration person You said that you had to tell the immigration official you wouldn't take an official letter from anybody. You had to give your reason why you wanted to stay here in India. What did you convey?
What did I convey? Well, I think I was doing some traveling at that time with the TODP, and the British passport is easier to travel with. So I said, okay, I'll come and see you. He's retired now. He's done. To this month is the Vaishak month of Vaishak. Well, Vaishaki Kala. Kala means kill, death. Because very strong wind comes and everyone runs and stands under the trees, and the wind's so strong it blows the tree over. So it's the famous month for that, the strong winds we experience. Anyway, during that time, this month, we can offer water to Shalagram and Tulsi. Put a pot of water over the Shalagram, a little hole in the middle of that. We put a ghee, not ghee, but just a cotton wick, not the ghee. So you can adjust it. So you can make the drip come fast or stuff. That's a very nice month. You can do this for Tulsi and Shalagram if you have a Shalagram. The Lord is very pleased by this. It's hot month, hot season started, so He started for 1 month, the first 1 month, dripping water on the head. And Srila Prabhupada told me, Vishwa, you can observe this ceremony. Prabhupada gave us a Shalagram. And at that time He gave us some instructions. That was one of them. During this month of Vaishak, you can put the water on the Tulsi and the Shalagram. And also He said, this is hot season, He said when you pick the Tulsi leaf, Tulsi leaf should be picked after the sunrise, and you should pick your Tulsi leaf, then wash them, then put them on a cloth, wet cloth, then put another wet cloth on top. So that then they will stay fresh all day, otherwise they will all shrivel up and you just leave them. So it's a tip of the countries. I guess in Vrindavan it gets really, really hot. So it's a way to keep Tulsi fresh all the time. So Prabhupada told the Jaitaka Maharaj, Bhagavan Maharaj, you should worship the Shalagram Shila in Sridham Marga. So this was the first ISKCON temple to worship Shalagram Shila. And so he says, if you can get some Shila from some friend. Anyway, after some time then, Jaitaka Maharaj got on Shalagram Shila. So, we went to Srila Prabhupada's room here in the Lotus Building. Myself, Jaitaka Maharaj and Bhavananda. And Jaitaka Maharaj said, we had the Shalagram Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada took it and he touched his head. And he started to do little puja. I don't think he knew we were coming even to his room, because he got the Shalagram, so we went up to Prabhupada. Prabhupada was sitting there. And he didn't puja, he didn't move from his seat. But he had the Shalagram, then he had his tilak there, so he got some tilak. Ashram cup was there, so he made some tilak. Then he had a box of matches in his drawer, and he took up a matchstick and painted a little face on the Shalagram Shila, lotus eyes and some little nose, little M-shaped mouth, seagull-shaped mouth, and little bogey dots. But you should do like this, he said, but do it nicely. Those profiles are very nice. And he was talking different things. He said the Brahmanas, they take the Shalagram Shila and they have it on the neck or in a little box. So they move from one place to a holy place to another. And they go there and they open that box and then they keep Shalagram worship means mantra. He says, so they keep mantra and then they put it to sleep again. And then they go up to another place and they open up and they give mantra and then you put to sleep again. And he said, this is Brahmana. Brahmana, Shalagram worship. Mantra sleeping, mantra sleeping. Then he started laughing. And yeah, so then Jagdat Maharaj has some cloth from Shantikor. It's a very fine silk cloth that they use for Shaligram. And so he gave it to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada folded it, like a four-paper dhoti, concertina. And he totally, he's got tila container upside down. It's like a leg cup shape. Perfect little curve in it. Then he put the cloth on it, and he put the shaligram sheet on the got cloth like a dhoti. And then the second piece he had, and he folded it and put it around a little chadar. Then Prabhupada took his mala up and put it also on the shaligram. And he was saying different things. And then suddenly the garland that he put on the shaligram fell off. I said, oh. Did you see? Did you see? Did you see? He said, you know that story of Krishnadas Kaviraj? And he went to see Madan Mohanji for permission for writing the Chaitanya. He's accepting my service. Anyway, we started to worship. And Prabhupada says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, where they have facility, they can introduce the worship of Shalagram and Sila in our temple. We wanted to establish more temples. Anyway, I started to worship, and nobody knew what Shalagram Shila was in those days. It was all, mostly Americans. There wasn't so many people anyway in my place, but most of them were American. The Indian people were shy to come forward to join Islam. No, I don't blame them. We had all kinds of rumors with CIA and all these things, and say more English man. And plus we had the Gaudiya Math here, established, same philosophy, everything. So Indian people were very shy to come forward. One or two, Gopal Krishna Maharaj was there. Yeah, Krishna Shila. And he goes, what is that? Is it Jagannath? I said, I guess it's Jagannath. I didn't know anything about Jagannath. I guess it's Jagannath. I mean, he's black, isn't he? He's got white eyes. Another, this is Narayana Shila. I was getting bewildered. I went to Srila Prabhupada's room and I knocked on the door. I said, Srila Prabhupada, may I ask you a question? He said, yes. I said, some people say that Shalagram Shila is Narayana, and some people say he is Krishna. Prabhupada looked at me and he said, okay, some say. That was it. The tone in which he said it, I thought, I fell on my way out slowly. I didn't pursue it anymore. And 2 days later, he sent a message. He told that Pujari that he should offer a vamsi to the Shalagram, indicating we should worship as Krishna. Later on, we had more shalagrams. Next year, Prabhupada will come every year for Gopani, stay a month or two. And so next year he came, we had more shalagrams. One shalagram he had a natural mouth. Shalagram they had different lakshanas like chakras and symbols and mouths, open mouth. So this one had an open mouth already. So I was painting the same way as Prabhupada showed me. Before he had a little M-shaped mouth, like seagull shape. So I wanted to do exactly what Prabhupada showed me. So I put the little M-shaped mouth also over the natural mouth. He had a natural hole and a little M-shaped mouth. So then Prabhupada came, he came to Darshan and Radha Madhava. Then he looked down at the shalagrams and the feet of Radha. He said, why he has a mustache. He said, Krishna doesn't have a mustache. I said, no, Sri Prabhupada, it's his mouth. It's his mouth. He said, no, Krishna doesn't have a mustache. I said, no, it's his mouth, like he showed me. I went, he said, no, Krishna doesn't have a mustache. Sri Prabhupada ki, Tayo Premanandi. Hare Krishna.